What's going on this afternoon? This lovely Saturday, beautiful afternoon. Of course, it is mid-June and it's hot. You know, I gotta be honest. So I'm gonna idle my car, my $6 a gallon fucking gas. So I can afford it. No fucks given. But anyway, I want to get straight to the point. What I want to talk about in this video is the power of walking away. And I've mentioned this in several of my videos, and you've probably seen it, you know, across the internet, but I know it personally to be so fucking true. When a little story, like literally, like last night, I went out with this girl, and I hadn't been out in quite some time, at least where I live. Like I've talked about, you know, I see other women out of the state, whatnot, but this, I mean, this girl is pretty close and whatnot, and we've been talking and shit. So we went out last night, and it's nothing official. Like it wasn't even a date. I didn't even call it a date or anything. We're just hanging out, you know. It's 2022, you know how it is. But anyway, we're having a good time, and this fucking dude comes up and rudely, you know how guys are, rudely interrupted and like kind of pulled her aside and was trying to dirty mac on her. You know what I'm talking about? Like dirty macking, fucking piece of shit. But anyway, she kind of went up and went with him. And they were talking for a few minutes or whatever. You know, it ain't no big deal. I fucking paid the tab and left. And I'd known this girl. It wasn't like a first time hanging out or talking or any of that stuff. That's not the case. Like I've known her for a little bit and whatnot. But yeah, I fucking paid the tab and left and bounced. You know what I'm saying? It was like, yeah, about 9:30 last night. And I got a dog and shit. No big deal. I wasn't even mad. I had a good time with her. I mean, like I said, there was nothing official from my part. Well, anyway, I leave, and literally I got a text, and she's like, "Did you leave?" And I told her, I texted her back, and I was like, "Yeah, you know," I was like, "I had to take care of some shit at home. You know, I got to get up in the morning." Well, then she calls me, and she was like, "Oh, like so sorry, like, you know, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to." I was like, hey. I was like, you ain't my girl. I was like, you ain't got nothing to worry about. You ain't got to explain it to me. I was like, you ain't my woman. And for some reason, they love hearing that. When you tell them, oh, listen, like you're not mad about it. Listen, you ain't my woman. It ain't no big deal. You talk to whoever you want. She's like, well, I was talking to you. I was like, well, that's cool. I said, I had a good time, you know. I said, I got to take care of some shit. And you could tell, like, I was like, well, like, holler at me sometime. I said, I'll be at the house if you want to come by. And she's like, okay, and hung up the phone. And literally, I texted her about 5 minutes later, and I was like, here's my address. And I'll put it up. Hey, check this out. Here's the text thread. You haven't seen it. Yeah. I text, I put my address. You still up? Come through. Yeah. For some reason, guys, walking away, number one. And this has happened multiple occasions, but this was probably the first time I walked away and seriously wasn't mad or upset. Like seriously, there was no pressure of a date. We're just hanging out, seriously. And I do like this chick. I gotta be honest. I like this chick. She's cool. She is. She's younger. She's 8 years younger than me. She's sexy. She looks good. I like her. I ain't gonna lie. But like I said, no pressure, no big deal. I left, went home. She called me, boom, boom. And for some reason, telling her, listen, you ain't my girl. It's no big deal. That's another trick. For some reason, you ain't my girl. Women love that shit. Oh, I ain't your girl, huh? It's almost like you're kind of pushing them away, but you're cool with it. For some reason, it allows them to listen. They're gonna come to you. And I was sitting there like I literally like text the address. Are you still up? You know, and I know you've seen it, but anyway, yeah, she come through. She come in the house and she's like looking through my shit, and I love watching them look through my shit, like trying to figure me out. And you know, my wall clock in my dining room, you've seen it in my other videos, where you kind of stick it to the wall and whatnot. She's like, did you put that up yourself? I was like, yeah, bitch. You know, but it's funny how they try to like figure you out and shit by looking at stuff in your house and whatnot. You know, I told her, I was like, don't be snooping through my shit. It's funny because I just put a video up about this. But anyway, yeah, she came by, we had a good time, she left. She's a cool chick. But it wasn't, the case in point of this video is to talk about the power of like walking away, even if you're not upset. Like I've walked away other times in other situations, like upset about it, you know. And even that word, for some reason. And guys, it's not always going to be effective. It's not a means of being effective. But listen, I ain't about to fucking sit there twiddling my goddamn thumbs if she goes and talks to some other dude. She ain't my girl. But I got better fucking things to do. As I said, I am not going to sit there and fucking wait. I'm better than that, you know? So I bounced. She bounced right on over right after. So I don't know. It's funny watching how this shit plays out sometimes. And guys, the stuff I talk about, I seriously mean it. I really do. I don't claim to be some expert, and to be honest, I'm still figuring a lot of shit out myself. But this holds true 100% of the time. Walking away and having the confidence in yourself as a man. Listen, I'm badass enough. I'm not gonna sit there and fucking wait on somebody. You know what I'm saying? She'll come to me, and she did. So, with that said, it was a fun night. It's cool, and she wants to hang out again. So, and it was her suggestion. A lot of good key points in this little small thread you could see, but like there was a conversation right before that too, where she called me, apologizing. You know, for some reason I told her, "You ain't my girl. You ain't got to worry about it." And I could see it fucking with her, dude, because a lot of them want to be your girl. You know what I mean? You talk to whoever you want. She's like, man, that motherfucker just left. I wasn't even mad, for real. Now, I didn't feel, it did feel a little bit, you know, it's not a good feeling, I gotta be honest, but I wasn't upset. Like I said, I wasn't there officially on some date or anything with her. We're just chilling. But anyway, I think it might turn into something. I don't know. No big deal. No expectations. But it's pretty ironic to see how this stuff plays out in your own personal life. And I seriously mean this, guys. You have to know how awesome you are as a man and as a person. You got to be awesome too. You got to carry yourself well, be respectful, don't be disrespectful. And like I said, this chick was very cool. I like her. I gotta be honest. I like her. Real quiet, introverted and whatnot, but she'll talk. She opened up some. Like I said, we hung out for about 3 hours up there. But I don't know, it's just interesting to see how all this works out. But knowing who you are as a man, owning it, being confident in there, you know, and being who you are, and knowing that you're better than sitting there fucking waiting in that situation. You're better than sitting there being disrespected by a fucking woman on a date. When you get that vibe that you know she ain't into you, you know what I'm saying? And you ain't got the balls to split the fucking check. You know, I won't split the check. If I like the chick, I'm not gonna split the check. I'll pay for it, I ain't got no problem. But if the vibe ain't right, I'm going Dutch, bitch. You got a problem with that? And for some reason that turns them on too. I don't get it, guys. Basically, everything you've been taught, throw it out the fucking window and start over. It's interesting. Like I said, I'm just sharing a small little story about last night, and how this is so effective. And it's not, I've never intentionally done it as a strategy. You know what I'm saying? Usually if I walk or, you know, collect my nuts and go home, you know what I'm saying? It's usually a situation where it's something like last night, or it's a situation that's even worse, like she was completely out of line, disrespectful, and bitch, I'll fucking bolt. You gotta seriously know that you're better, you're the best motherfucker you know. You gotta literally know that. And it exudes from you, and they will know it too. People will treat you exactly how you treat yourself. I'm dead serious. You know, respect yourself first and foremost. Have some fucking self-respect. Don't sit there and twiddle your thumbs like a dumbass. Walk the fuck away. Keep your dignity. And watch what happens 9 times out of 10. Now, maybe there's a possibility you don't hear back from her. Good riddance. I mean, you know, it's what it is. But it was a good night. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you around. And I'm out.